possessing the power to entertain, persuade, and enlighten. The motion picture has proven to be the art form of the 20th century. Only now are we beginning to appreciate the importance of film as a vivid and permanent record of our cultural heritage. In Hollywood, at the 20th Century Fox Vaults, an ongoing effort is being waged by archivists to locate the best existing film and sound elements for use in restoring and preserving thousands of classic movies. Here can be found long-lost musical numbers featuring Bill Bojangles Robinson, Shirley Temple, and Ethel Merman. But as preservationists continue their search, additional lost treasures have emerged, including never-before-seen musical numbers featuring Martha Raye, Danny Kaye, Betty Grable, Alice Faye, Sonia Henney, and Ginger Rogers. Comedies showcasing the talents of the Ritz Brothers, W.C. Fields and Buster Keaton. But thanks to a dedicated team of film historians and restoration experts, we now have the opportunity to see, for the very first time, these rare and wonderful screen moments. Moments that were hidden in time and thought to be lost forever. Prior to 1948, all of the major studios shot and released their motion pictures on nitrate film stock. While nitrate could produce images of incomparable beauty, the stock was chemically unstable and could deteriorate rapidly. In addition, nitrate celluloid stock was highly flammable, and film that didn't deteriorate often perished in terrible fires.
Nitrate is unstable from the first moment of its existence. It is slowly decomposing. First of all, the image will start to discolor. It will start to go gooey. It will give off noxious fumes. And eventually it will turn to dust.
Even when studios and public archives do their best to store nitrate film under the best possible conditions in correctly designed vaults that stay cool and dry, occasionally there are fires. What happens is the deteriorating film, which is sealed in a metal can, the gases begin to build up and heat is produced. You can have a spontaneous ignition. The history of film preservation goes back to the 1930s when institutions like the Museum of Modern Art began collecting and conserving classic motion pictures. Most of the early preservation activity was done actually by these public institutions, not by the studios themselves, somewhat shockingly at that time. But the studios were interested in the new films they were doing. It wasn't until, of course, television came along that the studios really became quite conscious of conserving their old films.
It has been estimated that as much as 50% of all film shot prior to 1950 has been lost forever. But fortunately, film elements continue to be discovered in every location imaginable, including deep in the recesses of studio vaults.
When we look through our collection of old nitrate prints and negatives here at UCLA, we've often found a lot of interesting offbeat material. Scenes that were cut out of films, screen tests. We also found in our Fox collection a reel that was made to show to exhibitors, I think, in 1934 called New Stars of the Future, and has a lot of scenes that are not otherwise seen in any Fox films as released.
Listen, sister. I'm on to you. You haven't got any place to go, have you?
Of course I have. I'm all right.
Oh. Trying to fool old Smoothie, huh? Now listen, I've been up against it myself in my time, and I know all the signs. Pride is a great thing in its place, but this is the time to talk sense. You don't know where you're going, do you?
No. My landlady won't let me in my room.
I knew it. All right, you're coming with us.
Also in the Fox collection was an alternate version of John Ford's great film, My Darling Clementine. Amazingly, one of the prints that 20th Century Fox deposited with UCLA wasn't the film as released. It was actually an earlier cut we think somewhat closer to John Ford's original intention, perhaps. Not only does it have extra scenes and a different soundtrack and more dialogue and interesting things in certain parts, it also has a very different ending to the movie. My Darling Clementine, in the way we've always seen it, of course, ends with Henry Fonda, the hero, kissing Clementine goodbye. However, John Ford didn't originally make it that way, nor did he want it to be that way. He just wanted Henry Fonda to shake hands with Clementine, and the film was previewed this way. And the audience, apparently at the preview, jeered at the film. They hated the fact that the hero didn't kiss the heroine. So Darryl Zanuck decided to overrule John Ford. He called Henry Fonda back, and they set up a rear projection screen, and they have a close-up now of Henry Fonda kissing Clementine. That's the version we normally see today. But when you see this earlier version as made by John Ford, it actually works quite well, and it was quite a find, I think, to find this alternate form of My Darling Clementine.
Even when a researcher is fortunate enough to locate a film's original negative, it's often just an unassembled collection of raw footage. Once transferred to modern film stock and restored, these scenes still need to be edited into a complete sequence.
So restoration often is like putting together a jigsaw puzzle and getting all these pieces together and seeing how they fit together and which sources give you the best possible quality to put the film back together to its original running time and its original form.
Fortunately, today's computer technology has proven to be an invaluable tool in this restoration process.
Avid allows you to really manipulate the film fully. With something like outtakes, where you have many different sequences or pieces that you need to cut together, it allows you the freedom to try things in a lot of different ways and in a very short amount of time.
New digital techniques have been developed, yielding results that would have been impossible just a few short years ago.
In the past, if you had a film with a bad tear in the celluloid, there was nothing you could do. If you didn't have another copy of it that was made before the tear appeared, you either had to cut the tear out or you just had to live with it. Today, using digital technology, you can electronically retouch the image frame by frame and remove the tear.
This before and after look of the musical number Marching to a Love Song shows the tremendous difference restoration can make. While only the finale of this elaborate production appeared in the film Footlight Serenade, the complete number, featuring Betty Grable, re-emerged in 1945 in a short subject supporting the war effort.
Thank you. Well, I hope you enjoy our show, and just to give you an idea as to the quality, we're going to open with Betty Grable and her Bombardiers in Marching to a Love Song. You all know who Betty Grable is. That's Hollywood's answer to the fuel shortage. And here she is, Betty Grable.
Until now, the surviving material could only be viewed in the form of poor quality prints, like this one. But after locating the original negative and using the inferior copy as a guide, archivists have restored the sequence to its original, pristine condition.
Each mile will melt away, your smile will be all I see. You'll be marching there beside me, even though we're apart. For I'll be marching to a love song, the love song in my heart.
Often when a film was running too long, musical numbers were the first to be deleted, since they had little impact on the overall plot of a movie. One example can be seen in Footlight Serenade, starring Betty Grable and Victor Mature.
See you later.
Oh, will you come into my dressing room, said the spider to the fly?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Spider, but I'm very, very shy. Besides, I'm only a lowly chorus girl.
Believe it or not, a song and dance number was planned for this scene, where Betty gives Victor a few pointers about dancing.
How am I doing?
Don't watch your feet. And don't watch me either. Keep your mind on your work. Now, come on, let's try a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Is that any better?
Much better.
You know, I never danced with a girl like you before, never.
Oh, I bet you tell that to all the flies, Mr. Spider. All right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh!
You go to bed early every night?
10 o'clock.
Well, you know, that gives us an awful lot of time rehearsing till then.
Here, for the first time, is the restored sequence. Land on your feet.
All right, turn. Now catch me.
No matter how hard you fall, no matter how far you fall, be clever and land on your feet.
I know a good way to keep your balance. Get out and display your dancing talent.
If anything gets you down,
If anyone lets you down, remember that old boogie beat.
get a hold of some eye filler.
Take her to a killer diller band and land on your feet.
Known for his chiseled good looks, strong physique and dramatic performances, Victor Mature was an unlikely choice for Betty's dancing partner. Less successful was studio chief Darrell F. Zanuck's brief attempt to turn him into a singing star. Even with the help of a voice double, it's easy to see why this song was cut from Song of the Islands.
I can see two silhouettes of a dream come true, a shadow of me so close to a shadow of you.
But determining exactly why certain scenes were left on the cutting room floor presents a challenge for both film historians and preservationists.
There are probably many different reasons why a sequence might be cut from a film. Back in the 1930s, 40s and 50s, films were previewed and producers would be very much aware of the audience response to a film and might decide to cut a particular scene. I think also producers would listen to the exhibitors. If the exhibitor said this film is too long, we can't get in a certain number of shows a day, then the producers would deliberately cut the film.
One popular movie that underwent significant re-editing was the 1940 hit Tin Pan Alley. The film told the story of two songwriters struggling to succeed in old New York.
Don't tell me it's that bad.
It might have a chance we had someone important to plug it. Someone to really give it a star.
Yeah, but who?
Co-starring Alice Faye and Betty Grable, it allowed for a number of delightful song and dance routines.
You say the sweetest things, baby.
As these surviving dailies attest, the musical number, The Sheik of Araby, was altered considerably prior to the film's release. The Hays Office, Hollywood's powerful censorship board, felt that the daring costumes in this Sheik of Araby number revealed a little too much star quality.
What you had in the case of the Sheik of Araby number from Tin Pan Alley is a fair amount of what was then considered unacceptable female nudity. Hayes' office could order the studios to cut specific numbers, to do anything necessary to bring the films into conformity with the production code.
To pacify the censors, the Sheik of Araby was re-edited to eliminate virtually the entire opening harem dance. But working from the original negative, we now have a unique opportunity to reconstruct this delightful number as it was originally imagined, in all of its shocking detail. Another of the many highlights in this sequence is a dance routine performed by the famed Ritz Brothers, and is presented here in these never-before-seen alternate takes.
Sheik of Araby. His faithful wives are we, but life is such a bore. He has 1,000 more. The stars that shine above may light his way to love, and yet we seldom see the Sheik of Araby.
But from now on, you both shall be the only two for me. I'm the
He's the Sheik of
Araby.
A very talented fella.
Your love,
He plays piano
it
in any
belongs
key,
to me.
and you should hear him whistle Dardanella.
At night,
his crescendo,
when you're
his tremendo,
asleep,
and what a tune he can blow on a jug.
Into
his affogato,
your tent,
sweetheart,
I'll
oh, why he even does the bunny hug.
The stars,
He knows the latest ragtime song, and he can place your hair as Addy. So that is why my heart belongs. My heart belongs to Baghdad Daddy.
You rule this land with me. The Sheik of Araby.
Typically, musical numbers were photographed with the stars moving their mouths to a pre-recorded track. Just how quickly they had to get into character is revealed in these rare outtakes.
It breaks my heart to hear you sigh.
Hey, 188, that's 271 and 2. Cut.
All right. For me to love. And he'd have to get under, get out and get under, and fix up his automobile.
Equally difficult were dance numbers, which had to be rehearsed and performed hundreds of times to make them look effortless. Based on the life of Broadway's funny lady Fanny Brice, 1939's Rose of Washington Square was one of the studio's most ambitious films of the year. But not even the luminous charm of Alice Faye could save this enchanting musical number from the editor's scissors. Assembled here, for the first time, is Alice Faye performing I'll See You in My Dreams.
I'll see you in my dreams, hold you in someone took you out of my arms. Still I feel the thrill of your charms. Lips that once were mine. Tender eyes that shine tonight. I'll see you in my dreams. I'll see you in my dreams. I'll see you in my dreams. Hold you in my dreams. I'll hold you in my dreams. Someone took you out of my arms. Still I feel the thrill of your charms. Lips that once were mine. Tender eyes that shine. They will light my way tonight. I'll see you in my dreams. I'll see you in my dreams.
All right, that's it. How was it for everybody?
During the 1930s, 20th Century Fox's talent roster included some of the most popular female stars in all of Hollywood. But none had the unique talents of Norwegian ice skating pioneer Sonja Henie. Athletic, feminine, and unbelievably graceful, Henie had already won gold medals in 3 consecutive Olympics before coming to America in 1936. Eager to capitalize on her immense popularity, 20th Century Fox devised a series of musicals and dramas to showcase Henie's skills on the ice.
Sonja perceived that skating didn't have to be just figure eights on the rink. She started doing almost ballets on the ice. And in her mind, she carried it a step further, that in a movie she could carry the ballet to wonderful extremes of both perception and expense and lavishness.
So I turned around while wishing well, and I found that at last love had cast a spell. My everything they do, for I would never do beside the wishing.
The formula worked, and Henie became Fox's biggest star since Shirley Temple. Audiences delighted in the studio's almost uncanny ability to weave a skating sequence into every kind of story.
How's that, comfortable? Let me look at you. Gosh, you're positively radiant.
Tell me about America.
Would you love America? And would America love you? You're so alive, so full of grace, rhythm, music.
Way you have to sort of praise Daniel Zanuck for coming up with the concept that you could sort of integrate ice skating into every film you made, but he did. So in that sense, she was a novelty. She was bringing something original to film.
Even so, some of Sonja's best skating routines were never seen by moviegoers. Here's Sonja Henie in a delightful alpine number cut from the 1939 drama Everything Happens at Night.
Again, as last month, as well as the month before, in fact, as well as every month, you again win the free skating event of our carnival.
Thank you.
That same year, Alice Faye was cast as a headstrong pilot competing in a cross-country aerial race in tailspin.
We've been kicked around in this racket long enough. I'm going to bring home the bacon this time or fly my wings off trying. Now, don't you worry about a thing. You just stick with me.
But while Alice found romance in the clouds,
That didn't mean anything, did it?
Not a thing.
one of the film's 2 musical numbers was lost when producers decided it didn't fit with the otherwise dramatic tone of the film. Here's Alice Faye and company performing In and Out the Window.
One can play so, walk around the ceiling and get that wacky feeling. Just walk around the ceiling.
And go in the window, go out the window.
That's what the window's for.
Go in and out the window, go in and out the window, go in and out the window. If you don't want to use the door, just walk.
Ceiling,
Just walk.
ceiling,
Just walk. If you don't want to use the door. Life is wacky if you take it in a wacky way.
life is just a tune like chopsticks. Anyone can play so.
Just walk around the ceiling and go in the window, go out the window, that's what the window's
In 1942, Alice Faye was slated to star in Roxy Hart, Fox's screen adaptation of the 1926 Broadway classic Chicago. But when production finally began, Faye was pregnant, and the title role was given to the incomparable Ginger Rogers.
Roxy, tell the jury what happened next.
Well, it just happened that Mr. Hart's revolver was laying on the telephone table. And Mr. Casely made a grab for it, and I said, "Cut that out, Mr. Casely." And I knocked it out of his hand, and it fell on the floor, and we both grabbed for it. We both grabbed for it.
Yes?
I got it.
Throughout the 1930s, Rogers had delighted audiences as Fred Astaire's beautiful and witty screen partner, and Fox executives were anxious to highlight Miss Rogers' legendary dancing abilities. This Charleston number, planned by director William Wellman to be filmed in one continuous shot, had to be letter perfect. Take after take was photographed. Unfortunately, despite the best efforts of all involved, it was ultimately dropped from the film. Unfortunately, musical numbers aren't the only sequences that have survived. Lost comedy footage has also surfaced in the studio's vaults. Back in the 1930s, the studio's major comedy stars were Harry, Jimmy, and Al, the Ritz Brothers, and their outrageous antics were, for many, a decidedly acquired taste.
Harry, Jimmy, and Al, the Ritz Brothers, came out of vaudeville. They became a popular component in feature films. Not the stars, but the guys on the sidelines, the supporting players who could provide an element of raw, basic comedy that you wouldn't expect from Alice Faye, Betty Grable, Don Amici, Tyrone Power, or whoever.
Loyal audiences, who couldn't seem to get enough of the Ritz Brothers, would have enjoyed this sequence cut from the 1937 musical On the Avenue.
I said ink.
Oh, I love them.
She likes Iceman. She likes Iceman. Iceman.
Assisting them is none other than Alice Faye, who delighted moviegoers with her sharp comedic performance.
Let's go plumbing! Let's go plumbing! I'll pack you! Let us hide behind a pair of fancy glasses and make face that ran out of the classes. Pass it! Hello? 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 Hello, anybody? Hello? Why, yes. Of course. Oh, sure. Oh, I sure will. Yes. Why, no. No. Is that so? Isn't that terrible? Hello? Yes. I sure will. I'll tell him, yes. Goodbye. Who was that? Wrong number. Hello? Just a moment. Hello, yes. Just a moment. You won't wait, eh? Hello? Yes. Deluxe Plumbers, Inc. I said ink. What? You want to give your pigs a bath? Oh, so they won't squeal, eh? Well, hold them there. I'll get the mob right over. Come on, boys.
What's the matter? Herman,
Yes, Miss Mimi.
who are those fascinating creatures?
They are the plumbers, Miss Mimi.
Oh, I adore plumbers. And garbage men.
Very good, Miss Mimi.
Come here, my darlings.
Yes, come in. Wait. Why, how do you do? Yeah. Well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough, boys. Cut it out.
Oh, you great, big, beautiful creature.
What's the matter?
Booty.
Kiss
me,
Well, what are you doing tonight, babe?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have a date with the Iceman.
Iceman? Do you like Iceman?
Oh, I love them.
She likes Iceman.
She likes Iceman.
Take your pick.
I'd rather have a milkman.
Milkman? Oh, yes. Here we are. There's the milkman.
previous year, the Ritz Brothers had also displayed their singing and dancing abilities in this energetic routine cut from One in a Million.
Did you ever see the Nijinsky's dancing? You did? They were continental favorites, and we have heard it said that they overthrew their bank accounts and wound up in the red. They were famous for their dancing and their tricky pirouettes, so they went to Spain from Russia to throw their castanet. They had a yen for Paris, so they took an Eiffel plane. When they landed on the river, they knew they were insane. Then one day the dancing odysseys received a cablegram to appear before the public in the land of Uncle Sam. So the three Nijinsky sisters thought they'd try the USA, and you'd be surprised where all of them are doing their ballet. The Nijinsky's white Babinskys, they're the queens of burlesque. And every single move they make is quite picturesque. They twisted here and twisted there, but Minsky said no. Do you know, boys, they had us plenty tough. They did. When Minsky said get rough. Yeah. It was the dancing revolution. And this was the solution. What was the solution? Heidi-o, Heidi-o, Edie-o, Slachanian and Albanian, Mali, Mini, the butcher. The girls were Russian ballet butchers. They did the Russian ballet in the Russian town. But this is the way they're striking on down. That's right, I'm just like
One of the greatest comedic stars ever to work at 20th Century Fox was the legendary Buster Keaton. Loosely based on the life of Max Sennett, the brilliant creator of the Keystone Cops, the 1939 film Hollywood Cavalcade was a valentine to silent screen comedy, which, by the way, had ended only a decade earlier. Playing himself, Keaton was able to reprise some of the most memorable slapstick routines of all time. Co-starring with Keaton was Alice Faye, who once again proved a good sport and wholeheartedly joined in the mayhem. Unfortunately, Keaton, like other silent stars, found that his unique brand of comedy was out of place in the age of sound. This was his first role in a major film in several years. He appeared at the request of Darryl Zanuck, whose wife Virginia had begun her acting career in the 1920s as one of Keaton's leading ladies.
When she went to California and saw the studio, she wanted to become a star, and of course her parents didn't want her to do that. But she ended up being Buster Keaton's leading lady for more than any of his. I think she was in 14 films or whatever. It was the most he'd ever had one leading lady. And my grandmother was on the set for every picture that she was in.
One of the film's highlights was this detailed recreation of the shooting of a slapstick comedy.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the left, the Flow Moving Picture Company is shooting a Western comedy with Chester Coughlin and Ben Quaitland.
All right, Buster, come on out. All right, see them, Buster. Take it, big. That's it, come on, that's it, come on. That's fine, now you know what to do. Go on, now hit him, Buster, hit him. Go on, Buster. Well, come on, hurry up and hit him, Buster, hurry up. Go on, hit him, Buster, we're running out of film. Hit him. Buster, we're running out of film, go on and hit him.
Unique among the film's many outtakes is this incredibly rare behind-the-scenes footage of Buster Keaton and Alice Faye working out gags on the set. This is the only known footage of Keaton directing, and even smiling. Here, Keaton and Faye practiced a gag that was shot repeatedly before a perfect take was achieved. We also discover how a custard pie can defy the law of physics with the help of some well-hidden wires.
Go on, hit him! Buster, we're running out of film! Hit him! Buster, we're running out of film! Go on and hit him!
Keaton said the force and accuracy of this pie landing in lovely Alice Faye's face took the actress by surprise.
I'm awfully sorry, Molly. I give you my word of honor it won't happen again.
When the cameras stopped rolling, she picked up a pie of her own and chased Keaton all over the lot.
Shall we retake it, boys?
No, print it.
Throughout the Second World War, Hollywood studios turned out scores of patriotic musicals and comedies to lift the nation's spirit. One of Fox's most popular wartime films was the 1944 production, Four Jills in a Jeep.
Oh, we're rugged women. We want to be right at the front with our men.
Sure we do.
Certainly.
Miss Francis, you'll have no trouble getting your entertainment unit together. Why, here they are.
We see, Colonel, we start... What?
A behind-the-scenes look at a USO tour, the film starred Martha Raye and Phil Silvers, with guest appearances by just about every major star on the Fox lot. The humor was broad and the music upbeat, just the type of light-hearted escapism a war-weary audience craved.
Gosh, Miss Raye, you look ravishing. Even without your makeup on.
Martha. What do you got here?
Oh, these are for you. Some galoshes, some till helmets, and some gas masks.
Thanks.
Hey, I hope you kids got your own raincoats.
Yeah, we got them.
Good. I wouldn't want you to get wet on your way over to breakfast.
Well, why didn't we have breakfast in bed?
You know, I tried to arrange that, but they wouldn't let me roll 4 cots into the mess hall. Politics.
No, that's... Wait, honey.
Go!
The film originally featured a staggering 11 musical numbers. A few too many, it was thought.
But it still applies to us modern Jills. I crossed my hand, damn it.
The first to be cut was this one entitled The Old Army Game.
Cut. Please.
Now gather round, children, and listen to Kay while she tells you her story for today. It's a story that's old, yes, as old as the hills, but it still applies to us modern Jills. It's a story of wolves. We've heard all those. No, this is about wolves in GI clothes.
GI clothes?
Yes, but I think I'll let Martha tell you.
Yeah, 'cause I'm the kid who knows when a soldier tries to hold you, says that you're his only dame. Well, you better watch out, 'cause there ain't no doubt it's the old army game. When a rookie calls you cookie as he tries to get your name, get a grip on your heart, put a zip on your heart. It's the all army game. Now, a girl should always beat retreat when she meets those GI groovers, 'cause the moment she starts acting sweet, that's when they start maneuvers. Take the sergeant or the private, every wolf is just the same. When the moon is above, they will tell you it's love, but it's the old army game.
When a dame comes in view, all they do is whistle. Every day they go out marching. Every night they come back lame.
Now you think they'd be tired, but they ain't too tired for the old army game.
There's a major close to 80. Kinda thought that he'd be tame.
But from what I've been told, they are never too old. Never too old for the old army game.
All you need is a hat to drop and the army starts romancing. They don't wait for orders from the top when they start in advancing.
Oh, you may get tacky, wacky, but the whole thing's just a frame. They never give in,
'cause you just can't win at the old army game. Beware of captains, it's just a frame. Beware of majors, they're all the same.
Here comes the colonel. Never can win at that good old army.
Old army game.
All right, it's a print. All right, hold it. Speed.
Another song removed from the film was A Wing and a Prayer, one of the era's most popular hits. But despite a bouncy arrangement, the lyrics painted a grim portrait of the perils faced by Allied flyers in the line of duty, and the studio deleted the entire sequence.
Coming in on a wing and a prayer. Ah, coming in on a wing and a prayer, prayer. Though there's one motor gone, but we can still carry on. Coming in on a wing and a prayer. Oh, what a show! What a fight! Yes, we really hit our target for tonight. Oh, how we sing as we limp through the air. Look below, there's our field over there with our full crew aboard, and I trust in the Lord. We're coming in on a wing and a prayer.
Cut and print it. Good. All right.
Ai, 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 é o canto do pregoneiro que com sua harmonia traz alegria em salsa americano way.
One of Fox's big musical stars of the 1940s was the irrepressible Carmen Miranda.
Carmen Miranda, that's one of a tick-a-tick-a-down, tick-a-tick-a-down, tick-a-tick-a-tick-a-down. Bah.
Known for wearing outrageous hats.
Everyone is glad to see the lady in the tutti frutti hat.
And for possessing a unique way with the English language.
Rita, what are you up to? Okay, I guess the Sheik is down now. Might as well make a clean chest of it. Now I have got you where you want me.
You glass in the snake.
I've been trying to teach you English for 6 months. Now, you never learn unless you speak it, and you can't speak it when you get excited. English isn't that kind of a language, so don't get excited.
The Brazilian-born bombshell was a welcome guest star in numerous wartime musicals. Seen here is another song removed from the film, Four Jills and a Jeep. In it, Carmen sings one of her trademark songs.
If you think that's hot, wait till you hear what's cooking. Hey, you guys in Iceland, get ready for a thaw. And you fellows in Alaska, take off your fur coats. Here she is, Miss Carmen Miranda.
Mama, yo quiero mamá. Da chupeta, da chupeta, da chupeta. chupeta pro bebê não chorar.
Mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero mamar. Dá chupeta, dá chupeta, dá chupeta pro bebê não chorar. Dorme, filhinho do meu coração. Pega a mamadeira e vem entrar no meu cordão. Que eu tenho uma irmã que é fenomenal. Ela é da bossa e o marido é um boçal. Mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero mamar. Dá chupeta, dá chupeta, dá chupeta pro bebê não chorar.
Mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero mamar. Dá chupeta, dá chupeta, dá chupeta pro bebê não chorar.
E eu olho as pequenas, mas daquele jeito. Tenho muita pena não ser criança de peito. E eu tenho uma irmã que se chama Ana. De piscar o olho já ficou sem a vista. Não, mamãe, eu quero. Ai, mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero mamar. Dá chupeta, dá chupeta, dá chupeta pro bebê não chorar.
Mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero mamar.
Dá chupeta, dá chupeta, dá chupeta pro bebê não chorar.
Mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero. Mamãe, eu quero mamar. Dá chupeta, dá chupeta, dá chupeta pro bebê não chorar.
Another lost gem is this number, recorded for the movie Dollface in 1945.
Though she often was seen with the handsome Marine, she was always true to the Navy. Though her evenings were set with the Flying Cadet, she was always true to the Navy. Some commando named Orlando rode her ladders every day, and they say she liked a private in a general way. But her heart wouldn't melt, you could see how she felt. She was always true to the Navy. Though they made her the queen of the army canteen, she was always true to the Navy. Though they swapped her dresses at the officers' messes, she was always true to the Navy. Though she tried to be sweet to the cop on the beat, she was always true to the Navy. Though she did fraternize with some paratroop guys, she was always true to the Navy. She knew millions of civilians, but she gave her kisses too. Guys who wear ball-bottom trousers and a coat of navy blue. Though she did love to play in her own little way, she was always true to the Navy.
She was always true to the Navy. She was always true to the Navy.
She was always true to the Navy.
One of the most popular entertainers to grace the screen in the post-war era was Danny Kaye. This multi-talented performer sang, danced, and joked his way through a series of big-budget musical comedies. One of his most popular was the 1951 hit On the Riviera, co-starring Gene Tierney.
Tell me something, monsieur. I'm very curious. When you do these impersonations, how do you go about it? Do you make a study of your victim?
Well, as much as I can. It's something that comes to me kind of easy, I guess. I try to mimic his way of speaking, his mannerisms. You know, sort of put myself in his shoes. Like, Madame, you are very beautiful. This actor, this Jacques Martin, has never met a woman like you before. It will go to his head like wine.
Yes, monsieur. You do it easily.
In the film, Danny appeared as a nightclub comic. But of the 3 novelty numbers filmed for the opening sequence, only this one appeared in the final print.
You like it? Well, everybody, show with me. We sing together, huh? Rivière, where there's ice and snow. It's nice to east to go where the moon, Claire de Lune, is clearer. All the girls are gay and they parlent français anytime, any place, anywhere. If today you have $1 million and tomorrow you're broke, on the Riviera, oh, big joke. If you're just out to bust out and see what life can give, the place to live is the Riviera. And we certainly know.
Fortunately, Danny's lost comedy sequences have been located. But even today's advanced technology cannot completely erase the ravages of time.
Of course, color film has its own special problems when it comes to preservation. When you come to the safety era, the early acetate and today's polyester era, starting in the 1950s, the dyes that are used as part of the development process are not as long-lasting. We're confronted now with color fading that can be quite severe, both in prints and perhaps more importantly, even in color negatives. It tends to turn pink or brownish colored, and I'm sure many people have seen that if they've seen an old print that's faded in a movie theater. But once again, using digital technology today, you can stabilize the image and make it sharp and clear and steady. Unfortunately, the cost at this point is still prohibitive for most normal archival uses.
Still, the final results are impressive.
Do you ever see the kind of fellow who walks out on the stage and he has a beautiful dinner jacket on, magnificent face, glorious voice, all the gestures necessary to sell the song, except he has one little fault? He cannot quite sing the notes on key. I want to show you one of those fellas. He's got a lot of personality. Used to be a swimmer. Very dramatic, too. When they begin, the begin, it brings back a night of music so tender. It brings back a night of tropical splendor. When they begin, the begin, I'm with you once more under the stars. And down by the shore, an orchestra playing, and even the palms seem to be swaying. When they begin to begin, oh yes, let them begin, the begin. Let the love that was once of high remain an amour. Let it sleep like a dead desire, I only remember. And we certainly know what heaven we're in when they begin. The begin. Now we have the German concert singer who has just done a heavy program of Bach and Wagner, and now would like to do something small and delicate for the audience that everyone would like. You know, a little delicate little lullaby. Tiny, gentle little song. Small little lullaby. What's the name of the song, ladies and gentlemen? Haben Sie ausgeschmerzen, wir haben Sie gehüllen, es kennen wir die Herzen, es mit geholden Knoll bitte hier mit mir als, mit Knall wie die Hör, mit Knall wie die Hose, es Knall wie aus, mit Knall wie Hör, mit delicate little lullaby.
hört sie die Knum, was ma knubbelt zum Bling. This is hört sie die Knall. Der Mann Holz all Holzing. Simon hört sie die Knall, was ma knubbelt zum Bling. This is hört sie die Knall. Sor man Holz all Holzing. Thank you.
While most lost footage is largely forgotten, this next clip is so notorious that while never publicly seen, it's well known to movie fans around the world. In 1942, 20th Century Fox released Tales of Manhattan, chronicling the voyage of a formal tailcoat as it passes from owner to owner.
What's the matter? Oh, nothing. Well, if you want to know, this suit has been cursed.
Cursed?
Yes. You remember Bertaldi, our cutter?
Yes, what about him?
Well, I had to get rid of him on account of this suit.
How come?
I had an argument with him about these lapels.
Oh, they're perfect.
Aren't they? When Bertaldi left, he was red in the face with rage, and he asserted that this suit would bring misfortune to anybody who ever wore it. He cursed it.
Well, it's too bad.
Of course, Mr. Orman, this is the best suit that I have ever made, and I know it'll bring you good luck. Yes, sir, this is a lucky suit, Mr. Orman, and I guarantee your happiness in it.
The star-studded cast included Rita Hayworth, Charles Boyer, Ginger Rogers, Henry Fonda, Edward G. Robinson, Paul Robeson, and W.C. Fields. When the film was previewed, critics praised the Fields sequence as the highlight of the picture. But by the time Tales of Manhattan reached theaters, it had been entirely removed from the final version. It seems the film was too long, and the Fields sequence was the easiest to delete.
Tales of Manhattan is historically significant. This is the first time he really does, the end of his career, guest roles. The studios were reluctant to let him carry a film anymore. They were worried about his drinking. Fox probably felt that because W.C. had a reputation of being very difficult, that they would just put him in a sequence and they can contain him that way. Obviously, that didn't work, and Fox did not use him again.
But perhaps more importantly, the acerbic wit of W.C. Fields was out of place in this otherwise sentimental story.
Oh, Larry, you've seen enough of gutters and flop houses and handouts. Maybe if you got your feet under a table again for a spell, ordered a good thick steak, slept in a clean bed, talked your own language, well, you might be right in there punching again.
Although a copy of the final edited sequence did survive in private hands, the original camera dailies have only recently been discovered.
You know, I can have it off the cane when I finish, though, can't I? When I finish?
Yes. All right. Action.
These unedited takes show Fields literally rehearsing and ad-libbing on camera, often to the surprise of his co-stars.
Papaya. Godfrey Daniel. I had one night and was enough for me.
Speed.
Oh, absolument. As we say in Hoboken.
And it's hard to imagine how W.C. Fields thought he was going to get this line past the censors.
I will show you a snapshot of myself in a G-string, taken at Simla, with a flying wombat, dingo dog, and a wily platypus.
By careful reconstruction of these dailies, a longer, much more intricate comedy sequence emerges. One that suggests that, while it may not have been appropriate for inclusion in Tales of Manhattan, the previously lost W.C. Fields sequence was an hilarious comedy short subject in its own right.
Not at all.
W.C. Fields was so funny that every take was hilarious. I wish that I could have used them all. You know, each take was very different. To try to pick the funniest one was very difficult.
Here is the liver. Lost his zipper.
But despite the input of almost a dozen writers, W.C. Fields wrote most of his own dialogue.
Shadrach, and Abednego. Well, fancy meeting you here. I'll have just one finger.
Only one finger?
Yeah. Oh, not the horizontal, vertical. Or till I freeze to death.
But still, never managed to do a scene the same way twice.
Vertical. Let her go. Lovely weather we're having, isn't it? Think Crosby's horses are what they're cranked up to be? Or are they cracked? Vertical, not horizontal. Thank you. Well, froze it. There's mud in your eye.
You know what I found fascinating about this entire sequence is that Fox decided to get a French director who was very fastidious about his shots, who very much interrupted the actors. Fields was known as a man who did not want to be interrupted. In one sequence, W.C. creates the line, "Come follow me, you anemic blood bank." And Vivier says, "Cut, cut, cut." You know, says, "What is this? The blood bank, what is this?" Well, if you'll notice in some of these outtakes, that's one of the lines that W.C. never changes again.
Thank you. Come on, my anemic blood bank. All right.
He keeps it, and he keeps it, I am positive, to annoy his director.
Thank you for nothing. Come, my anemic blood bank. All right. Go.
W.C. Fields was justly proud of his work in Tales of Manhattan. When the sequence was removed, he expressed hope that it would eventually be released as a short film. And now, thanks to the dedicated efforts of archivists, researchers, and film technicians, it has been.
This is our business. Who are you with?
Here, at last, is the great W.C. Fields in the long-lost sequence from Tales of Manhattan.
It's a good idea, Joe, but will it work?
It'll work. Of course it'll work. This world is full of suckers. Everybody's looking for something for nothing. We'll give it to them. Only we give it a little twist. We give them nothing for something. It can't miss.
Maybe.
Well, I wonder what kind of a sucker we'll get today.
Yes, Madam Langahanky, my crusade against demon rum has carried me to the far corners of the earth. Yes, indeedy. I work miracles among the natives of Kadula in the lower Himalayas, Ixnay. When I arrived in Kadula, these natives were in the habit of guzzling the fermented juice of the black papaya. When I left, they were drinking coconut milk. I sat up in the wee hours of the morning, teaching them how to milk the mangy coconut. My nocturnal ventures among the natives often ripened into very dear and lasting friendships.
How wonderful, Professor. I trust you'll mention this interesting interlude in your lecture this evening.
Oh, absolument.
Oh, I do hope you'll have time to change clothes, Professor. It's a dress affair, you know.
Oh, yes, I always dress impeccably and appropriately for all occasions. I will show you a snapshot of myself in a G-string, taken at Simla, with a flying wombat, dingo dog, and a wily platypus. It was taken with a Brownie camera.
Gracious.
Eureka! Flash, Gordon, do you mind?
Not at all. Stop here, please.
Thank you. As soon as I have concluded my errand of mercy, I shall rejoin you at the chateau, Madame Langahanky.
Don't you be late.
I won't. Depend upon me.
Professor, I believe my purse is caught on your walking stick.
Why, no, I don't.
Yes?
Strike me up a gum tree, so it has. I feel like such a dunce.
No.
Yes, I do. Yes. Come, Schickelgruber. Yes, you struck your head on something. Yes. St. Kelly Brothers, second-hand clothing, Italians. What would they get into next? 2 pair of pants with every suit. 2 pair. 2 pair of pants with... That's a hot one. Howdy, Joe. I'd like to see something in a...
Howdy, Joe. Is there anything I can do for you?
Yes, there is.
What are you doing that for?
He had every right in the world to. He pulled a knife on him that long.
Won't you step inside?
Yes, I will.
Tony! Customer! Come right inside. We take 5
Wait a minute. Take your time.
But we'll...
Take your time. Wait a minute.
Oh,
I don't want that. I want a goose with tails.
Tails, quickly.
Unhand me.
Just turn this way. We'll give you
Armenian rug
I see you brought your boy with you. How are you,
have
Sonny?
the finesse of
I'll
a
just put this
third
out
of Brahma bull.
Ah, that's fine. Now, let me see.
Let go of me.
Really? This is fine.
Fits like a glove.
Look at him. I want it to fit like a glove. I want it to fit like a suit of clothes. Is that me? Seems to be quite an illusion here. But get me out of this straitjacket.
Maybe he doesn't like it.
Like it? Why, it's just like new on him.
Little gamey, isn't it? Little high.
My wife in the kitchen cooking pastrami.
Ah, my errors. But get me out of this winter quarters for bees and insects. Half a tack. Wait a moment.
This cup belonged to a millionaire.
Yes, sir.
Ah, must have been a jockey. I want to pick those midgets. How's it look, Schickelgruber?
To tell the truth, Professor, it ain't very glamorous. Maybe the suit too bulgy.
Take your filthy hands off me. The bulge gives me character and denotes a big heart. Gentlemen, after much meditation, I've decided to consummate a deal. Shall we arrive at a sum?
Very well. This coat, you can have it for $15.
There's no one in back of you.
There must be. You're not talking to me. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you 3 smackers for it.
You better take it.
Looks like we can't get together.
Wait a minute. Unhand me, you body snatchers. Out. Give you the $15. Here.
Thank you.
Take it.
I'll wrap it up for you.
I'll wear it myself. I'll break it in. Thank you for nothing. Come, my anemic blood bank. Here, hold these. I've been hoodwinked. I've been rooked. Fleeced by a couple of Eskimos.
Oh, beg pardon, Mr. Langerhanke, but Madam left word that you should remain at home this evening. She was quite firm.
Oh, another meeting. What is it tonight?
I think, sir, it's the Uptown Association for the Downfall of Alcohol. Professor Postlethristle will be the lecturer.
Oh, lectures, meetings. Every week she brings home a new crackpot. I've had enough of this.
To be truthful, sir, I'm quite fed up on it myself.
Huh? Oh, coconut milk. Richards, I believe I have an idea. This evening's lecture is going to be the last in a long and painful series. With the help of Grandfather, of course.
But surely, sir, you're not going to.
Oh, now, don't you worry a thing.
But even Madam should discover this secret oasis, sir.
What? She never will. Come over here, quick. Here, take that. You know what
yes,
to do.
Yes, sir.
Now
Very
get busy.
good, sir.
This will be the strongest milk they ever drank.
Yes, sir.
Will you please be seated?
You'll be charmed with Professor Puzzlewhistle. But before he arrives, I would like to introduce a poor, unfortunate victim of strong drink whom I met on the street this afternoon. Perhaps we can save him this evening. Oh, come along, my good man.
A pleasure.
Oh, dear. I'm so sorry. Sit here, please. Right here. Oh, Professor!
My dear Madame Langerhanke.
It's so nice to see you.
Oh, it's so good of you to have me. Put it in there. Thank you. And greetings to you, my brother and sister protagonists, in this great battle against old Nick's brew. Thank you. We're in for a large and prosperous audience. My subject tonight will be, will alcohol ever take the place of Rover, as man's best friend? Before I proceed with my subject this evening, I would like to announce that the delicious beverage which my assistant is passing among you is one of Mother Nature's most precious gifts. The milk of the high-hung coconut of Cadula Cadula. Drink freely. Blank papaya. Note the pleasing results of this harmless yet exotic liquid. Note the tingle as it tiptoes through the body, tripping over the tongue through the esophagus. How different the effect. Compare this nourishing elixir with that inexorable enemy of mankind, alcohol. Do not forget the name, accept no substitutes. Let us survey the evil consequences when one imbibes of this noxious corn juice. This is the esophagus of which I spoke. The first part of the anatomy to feel the shock of the concoction of Lucifer, Beelzebub. And here we find the liver. Very good with bacon. This majestic organ falls easy prey to these misguided moments of liquid saturnalia.
Oh, it's awful stuffy in here. Open the window, Wilbur.
Where was I? Oh, yes. Here is the Burger Road. I remember the trip well. Storm blew up, and our little party stopped at a wayside inn. For tea, snake's liver. Snake's liver. Snake's liver and dainty cookies. A little girl named Ming Toy waited upon us. She had more curves than the road itself. I continued my journey in a crude cart. Oh! Drawn by a couple of water buffalo. Well-formed little creatures, but very stubborn. Wouldn't listen to reason. Couldn't make any headway with them. That's done it. This brings our journey to a very happy conclusion. My assistant will now pass the hat plate among you. I'm allergic to the sound of silver. Please drop money noiselessly, paper money. I thank you! Oh, my car. If I was 24,000 miles in 24 hours, you don't get dizzy on a thing like this.
The discovery of these lost treasures reaffirms our need to protect our precious film heritage.
Preservation is not just a matter of safeguarding the feature films and the short subjects of the past. It's a matter of preserving our heritage, our culture, our society, because when we look at films, we see how we were. The written word cannot capture in the way that film does what we were as a people.
And as more time, money and effort are allotted to film restoration, we can only hope that those undertaking the challenge continue to discover more forgotten pieces of Hollywood history.